Hey everyone, as you can see, I'm still wearing my sprinting clothes again. And that's because this morning I'm hungry. I ate yesterday around 10 a.m. and I haven't eaten since. And as you might be able to see by my clock over there, it's about 6:25 a.m. and I am ready to eat. So I saw a couple of recipes online about carnivore crepes, and I thought I would give them a try. I'm gonna make two versions today, and I've never tried either one of these. I am not a chef, I'm not a cook. But what I do have is some leftover cream cheese, so I don't eat much cheese anymore. But I did have one box of cream cheese left that is still good, and I thought maybe on a Sunday it might be nice to try this carnivore crepe. So the first version I'm gonna make is literally just the cream cheese and the eggs. The eggs I'm using are my Happy Egg organic. They're free range and they are pasture raised eggs. The second version I'm going to make, this butter is frozen solid. I'm going to attempt to grate some of this, and I don't have one of those handy like grater devices. I'm just going to use my cheese grater, but I'm going to attempt to grate some of this into the batter and see if that makes a difference, and I'll taste them both for you guys and let you know how they are. I did see a recipe online this morning that uses pork rinds, and I will try that on a different day. I know I made a pork rind muffin the other day, and those are delicious. So at some point I will try out the pork rind crepes and let you know how those are. But today I am doing cream cheese, egg, and a little bit of butter. As you can see, I'm also gonna bake up some bacon. My bigger pan was dirty, so I had to kind of squeeze them on this littler one, but baking bacon is the way to go. I have a whole video on that if you've never done it before, but no mess, crispy every time. Also super easy to save the grease for later in my little baking container over there. So I'm gonna pop these in the oven. Okay, so what I have done so far, I figured you didn't need to watch me do it, is I'm gonna use my NutriBullet. I don't have any fancy blenders like a Vitamix or really any other blender, but I do have a NutriBullet. In the cup without the handle, that's where I've added the butter. So this is about a tablespoon to a tablespoon and a half of cream cheese, and then I just eyeballed that, maybe about a tablespoon of butter. I used the fine grater side of my cheese grater. In this one, I just have 1 ounce to 1.5 ounces of just cream cheese. I also got my skillet going on the stove with a big scoop of butter. Ooh, there it goes. I'm gonna cook that in there. I might need some more butter actually because it's not coating the whole bottom. I'm gonna put 2 eggs into each one of these and then blend them up really well in the NutriBullet. I'm gonna start with the butter one because that butter's frozen and I think that matters. I don't know. I've never done the frozen butter thing before. I don't know if it's gonna make a difference in any kind of a way. But there we go, 2 eggs. Okay, I'm gonna put the top here on the NutriBullet and get this blending up. All right, so here we go. I will tell you that this is the one with the butter. And I'm gonna try cooking some of those up now. We'll see what they turn out like. I've got butter here in the pan as well. It's a little bit brown. Should be good. Ooh. Probably too close to the other one. I guess I should get out a plate. Guys, I've been cooking up my mini crepes here. I've got 3 on my plate already. Those have the butter in them. I've got a couple more here with the butter in them. And a couple here without the butter. Just the egg and the cream cheese. The ones with the egg and just the egg and cream cheese seem to be getting a little fluffier. So that's interesting. I wonder if because there's the same amount of egg, but there's a whole extra tablespoon of fat in the other ones, if that's weighing them down. It'll be interesting to see the flavor. Okay, on my plate, the ones on the left have no butter, the ones on the right have butter. But I'm gonna finish cooking these up and I'll come back when I'm ready to taste test. Okay, here's my plate of food. My bacon got extra crispy, but I'm still gonna eat it nice and crispy. So good. I did save the bacon grease, so that's a good thing. On this side, I have the version without butter. And on this side, I have the version with butter. Again, my cooking isn't pretty, you guys. But one of the things I was excited to try about this reminds me of when I was a kid. My grandma would make these, I can't say it in German. She could speak German. She grew up speaking German. I do not. So we just called them thin pancakes when we were kids, but it was like a version of a German crepe, like these super thin pancakes. And she would make them for us in her cast iron pans, and we would roll them up to eat them. So I'm gonna roll this up to eat it. And that one's too hot, so I'm gonna go for this side. Okay, this is the side with, butter in the mix. That's good. Actually, I misspoke. This is the side with no butter in the mix. Now, I will say, I put a little butter on top. It still tastes, it tastes eggy, right? But it's with the cream cheese in there. You just get that other flavor. It doesn't taste cream cheesy, but it just is a nice, subtle eggy flavor. If you don't want them to be eggy, maybe this isn't the recipe for you, or if you're okay putting the different spices like either the cinnamon or the pumpkin spice on there, that would be good. To me, this is definitely a treat. I think it's good. All right, hopefully this one's cool. This is the one with butter in the batter. And I'm gonna try this one. Let's see how it is. Actually, I don't notice that much of a difference in the taste. It is a little greasier and maybe slightly less eggy. I don't know that it's worth the extra work of freezing the butter and putting that in there, but they are also delicious. So for today, I'm super glad I made both versions with my bacon. And I guess it's time for me to go meet some wellness. One plate of carnivore crepes and bacon at a time.